I'm so happy to have you guys here tonight. The Wednesday night is all about skill building. And for those of you who haven't met me already, my name is Debbie Barnett. You've probably seen me all over Facebook, as I'm in your faces all the time. And I am all about bringing you Mahjong events, whether online, in person, helping you grow your game and your skills, and just learning how to have more fun with the game, because the better you get at skills, the more fun and exciting it becomes. Now, Robert and Renee, do you know where your chat window is? If you do, click on it, make sure you have it there. Type in, so I know that you found your chat, how long you've been playing. Less than a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Just type in the chat window. So I can see less than a year for Renee. Excellent. I'm so glad that you decided to learn the game. And Bobby's been playing for 5 years. Okay, so he can be my assistant tonight. My new assistant. Phyllis, you're fired. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that to you, Phyllis, ever. Yeah, you guys know I depend on you for everything. Give me good advice. And hello, Jane, watching from YouTube, and hello, Carol. Welcome. All right, so tonight is all about skill building, and I play at I Love Maj, where I navigate through the hands and my crazy moves. And so I'm going to go ahead and head over there right now and then share my screen. Okay, Renee said she's been watching my YouTube videos. Super. All right, so at I Love Maj, if you've never played on this platform, you can find the link in my video descriptions. All of them have it. If you want to come in and try it out, it's a great site to strengthen your skills, play against the bots. There's 3 levels of intelligence built into them. So even the best player out there can improve. And I'm going to tell you something. The advanced bots are very challenging. And I have decided to play with intermediate on Wednesday nights so that I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't want the bots kicking my butt all the time and making it, the game not being able to go quite a ways, which sometimes is what happens with the advanced bots. So I choose intermediate, but you could choose whatever level you feel comfortable with and start out doing standard, which is the beginner level, intermediate, advanced, whatever you feel comfortable with, and get all of the statistics get recorded. So you can go in and look at your account and see what your statistics are, how many wins, how many losses, what hands you've made on the card, etc. If you play just for fun, nothing gets recorded. So it's a good way to just get familiar with the site. And I will say no here. This pops up to say, hey, if somebody's online right now and they want to invite you to their table, will you agree to go? And I don't want to do that because it'll butt me out of what I'm doing with you guys and start me out all over again. Hi, Ann and Bill from Georgia. Welcome. All right, so here we are at you like my pink? I love my color theme. By the way, you could change your color theme here. You could play with it. I like pink. I'm a pink girl. So anyway, this is where you could also change your level of bot if you decided you wanted to change it, have a second thought about whether or not you wanted to go with what you were doing. You can just do it there. This is a timer which mimics how long you make a decision when a tile is discarded. This is a wonderful way to get in practice of being able to speed your game up. And one of the things about speeding your game up is knowing the strategy in the beginning, the middle, and the end game. And I'm going to try to do a much better job tonight of being more aware of the beginning, middle, and end game. I sometimes get so involved in the hand and what's going on that I forget that, but I'm going to try to be more cognizant of that because it's such an important thing. So anyway, if you want to keep it off, just keep it off. If you want to put it on, there'll be a pause button, so you don't even have to worry about losing an opportunity of a call. So that's just to do testing and more for fun. And that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and, oops, did I turn it off? I did not. Okay, it's off. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the first game. And I see I don't have any jokers to start. I like to see some jokers to start, but I don't have any. And I do like to sort by suit. I generally put my wins and dragons on the right side. It's just where I visually like to have them. Yeah, my reasoning is because they have their own category on the right side of the card, but I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. And then what I'll do is I will look at multiples, because having multiples is a wonderful place to start out. It is a strength and a great place to build from. And one of the things about Mahjong is all we're doing is collecting tiles for a pretty long time, unless some hand miraculously forms quite quickly. But we're just collecting tiles. We're not putting any pressure on ourselves to have to pick one thing. We want to leave ourselves flexible, and being flexible means leaving a lot of options open. So with the one, if I wanted to build off of the one, then I would look at building off of, well, I usually look at any like numbers first. Of course, it's not a 2023, it's not a 2468, but it could be an any like numbers, and it could be an addition hand. So I will do the one, and I'm talking about the left side of the card right now. So I will keep the one because of the addition hands, or I'll try to keep it. Let's put it that way. And then I will keep the two because it is a consecutive number. And when I keep consecutive numbers, I always keep a couple of numbers before and in front of that number. But with one, we can only go forward. We can't go both ways. So I can't keep anything else other than the two and maybe the four, because there are 4 and sometimes 5 numbers in the consecutive run area. So I will keep this, and I don't think the 5 bam would help in this particular case. If I had dots and I had 1, 2, 3 dot, I might keep the 4 and 5 thinking of line number 4 under consecutive run, but that's not the case. So and another thing I'm going to stress is you'll hear me as I'm talking. I know the card very well. That is the key to getting to be a next level player. You have to know the card, not by heart. I don't expect you to be able to recite it, but you have to know it well enough to know which way the tiles are going to be leading you. All right, so now we're going to leave the ones and all that. We're going to go to the 6 multiple. And we have 1s and 6s that do not get along very well on the Mahjong card. So I have to make a decision after I try and collect from my 6 BAMs and see which area is going to give me the most flexibility. So I definitely am going to keep now that would be 2, 4, 6, 8. So that would be here, the 2 and 4 that are here. Let me move these out of the way just for now, so we don't get confused. So 2, 4, 6, 8 would possibly work. And when I think of a category and I'm going to collect tiles, I collect them all. I don't look at one suit. which a lot of times beginner players do because they like the looks of all the same suit. Like they may keep all of this in the Charleston and start getting rid of other things because they like the fact that these are all matching suits. But this is more about a grouping game first, and then the suits come next. It's not about we have to collect suits. So we have to make sure that whatever we do makes sense. So 2, 4, 6, 8 would be all of this. And then I would look at the runs as well. So I would look at the 5 and 6 and 6 and the 4. So remember I said a couple of numbers before and after. This is a good example. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 even would give me a lot of consecutive run options here. Now the only other, let's see, we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, not real bubbly about the 5, 7, 9 category based on what I have here, 5, 7, 9 with the ones. It's not, there's nothing there that I can see that really floats my boat, so to speak, because I'd have to start thinking inside that category, do I have enough tiles here to make some good hands? And I don't really think it's going to work. Now I have no jokers, so I certainly could say, oh, let's go with the bottom concealed the concealed hand and try without jokers, or try the singles and pairs, but just not a lot right now that I'm happy about. But I do like the fact that I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 6, 9 is even a possibility with the 9. And to be quite honest with you, I like the idea of concentrating on 2, 4, 6, 8 based on what I have here, and the run family, keeping the 4s, 5, 6, 7, and keeping an eye on 3, 6, 9, because again, the more things you keep your eye on, the better it is. No decisions. I'm not picking a hand. I'm just gathering. And if that is the case, then these ones are probably not going to be my favorite option to be working with. And I might just break it up right now. I have an east and a south. I try to break those up as far as not passing 2 winds together, especially in east and west, or north and south, because a lot of the hands are grouped with those wins in that particular way. And so I think, honestly, I would do something like that. Now, if this was last year's card, I wouldn't be happy to pass that, because that is a beautiful pass. But I'm going to tell you this one thing about Mahjong. I would rather you concentrate on your hands than worry about not passing the combination of tiles that might be a hand. What I will say is, I mean this wholeheartedly, don't pass flowers during the Charleston. You are giving people a gift. I still have this happen with players that are experienced that give me a flower. You could get stuck with one in a situation where you have to pass it. And I'll give you an example. You got a flower on your second left. And when you got that flower in, you also got another tile or 2 or whatever, maybe 1 only, toward what you're working on. And your hand is really starting to form. And you have to pass the flower, because if you don't pass the flower, you're going to have to break up something really good that you have going on. If that's the case, you do it. Hopefully, you won't get stuck having to do it. But when I do it, I usually say something like, you can thank so-and-so for that, because I don't want anybody thinking I passed it. Literally, I don't. Okay, no flowers, no pairs. Okay, is there an exception to no pairs? Yeah, there is probably an exception when you could pretty confidently know by what went out and came in and what's in your hand. If you ended up having a pair that you are pretty confident nobody needs. But I'm going to tell you, there's been more than one time where I've been given a pair toward the end of the Charleston, and I have been able to change my entire hand based on that pair. And guess what? I won. Not only did I change my hand, but I made Mahjong. So those are the two big rules. This year, you know, the pungs of dragons are easy to make. So if you could break up the dragons, break them up, don't pass two different dragons together. I mean, there's a lot of things we could talk about, but I don't want you to beat yourself up. So this is my pass. I am going to go with this stuff because I really think I have way more flexibility here. And right now I have not much. Oh, who knows? Maybe a singles and pairs hand will start to form and come into place for me here. Let's see what happened. Okay, so I did get another 2, which would be in the 2, 4, 6, 8 category, but chances are I'm not going to need the 2 if I use the 2 and 4. It's just there aren't situations unless I were to play line number 2 with 2s at the end, with 2, 4, 6 in the front. But pretty, you know, who knows? Maybe I can just collect it and keep an eye on it. But let's see if there's anything else now that we have a 2 and a 3. Oh, if I had soaps, I would be seeing the 2023 right now. Maybe what I will do is keep the 3 dot because I'm keeping an eye on 3, 6, 9. But right now, I don't want to give anything up right now because I do have a lot of potential here, which means that I have to pass the 1 crack, which I would try not to do if I can. Because I've already put 1 crack out there, those 2 1 cracks can end up in somebody's hand. But I think I'm going to have to take a risk because I don't want to keep, I want to keep the 3 as an option in the 3, 6, 9 family right now. But this is really looking a little bit not pretty. All right, well, let's see if we get some more lucky tiles here. Now I got a 4 dot, which of course, if I had that 2 dot, maybe I would have thought differently, but I don't know. It's in the run area, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. And matter of fact, I do see this hand right here. As little as it is, this is the pung kong configuration, consecutive run, line 2 on the right side. So it is something happening here. And that means I have to decide what I'm going to get rid of here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pass this. See, if I had those wins again, I might have also considered east and west with 5, 6, 7, but I'm not going to go there now. So I'm going to take, I still want to keep the 9 for 3, 6, 9. Let's see what I will get rid of here. Now I have a pair of 7s. Let me see what I can do with that. 4, 5, 6, 7, or let's see. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay, we have 6, 7, 6, 7. I happen to love that hand right here, and that is the 3rd hand under consecutive run from the bottom of that section. 3rd hand up. Pung kong, pung kong. That's a nice hand. So I definitely going to keep that 7 there for sure. Now I have to rethink it. So my strongest hand is right here right now. 6, 7, and 6, 7. I even have a little bit of like numbers with 7s, but nothing great. I also can keep 3, 4 and 5, 6 as an option. 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I got a 5 dot, I could do the 4th line down, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That would be pretty, but I'm going to keep that anyway. So I just have to remember if I get the 5 dot. So I think now that I've got all of this going on and I picked up that 7 crack, I'm not going to keep the 9 dam. And I'm going to do the east, the 9, and the 4 crack. And I have a feeling somebody, if they're smart, is collecting the wins. Oh boy, now I have a south, a 4 dam, and a 1 dot. And of course, I'm going to continue 100%. When do you not continue the Charleston? When you don't have 3 tiles to pass. That's the rule. That's it. You don't have 3 tiles to pass because you have that many tiles toward 1 hand, and not you don't have 3 tiles to pass because you're keeping track of 2 or 3 hands, but because you have 1 strong hand. Otherwise, we continue.
Second Charleston.
And I am going to, I'm not thinking if I should keep this 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5. I mean, that could be the pung kong, but I don't, I do have 3, so I can do that. I can keep it for right now. So we've got some good things happening, even though I don't have any jokers. I mean, it's okay. I'm okay with it. Oh, we got an 8 too. Golly. Now we have an 8. But I don't know if it's going to do me any good. And if I had to choose something to pass, it's probably going to be this. And that's going to be it. So we'll see what happens here. All right. So I got a 5 in. So now we have 5, 6, and I have a 6 here. Wow, this is going to be a little crazy going in. I always have challenging things happening with me. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6 is a possibility right there. Pung kong with dots, pung kong with dams, second line under consecutive run. We have 6, 7, and 6, 7. And whether or not I want to keep the 4 bam for any reason when I have the 6s and 7s that are so strong here, I don't think so. And so I think I'll go ahead and see if I can maximize getting in at least 1 more tile in here. So let's see what happens. No, but I tried. Nope. Now 5, 6, 5, 6 is also an option. And with the other way, I have only 1 in the 6, 7. And if I did 5, 6, 5, 6, I mean, I have 3 here. I have 3 here. And then with 6, 7 crack, it's 4 there. And on this end, it's 5, 6. So let me just show you what I'm doing here so you don't.
How do I ask a question?
Did you find your chat window?
Yeah, but I don't have it up now. Hold on.
See if you could find it up, because it's a lot easier for me to answer with that. So, all right, you found it. So put your message in there and I will answer your question. You put, can you have passed the flower? So I talked about the flower strategy in the Charleston a little bit ago, but maybe I didn't go into enough depth, which I probably didn't now that I'm thinking of it. I said never, never pass a flower in the Charleston. I don't think I backed that up with why. All right, so on the card, we've got a ton of hands that either need a pair of flowers or a conga flowers, and that's this year. You know, every year things are going to change, but regardless, flowers are a gift. So if somebody needs a pair of flowers and you pass them a flower in the Charleston and they don't have any, and they're like really going for some, you know, a couple of good things, and one of them includes a pair of flowers, and you pass it, you've given them a gift. Or if they're going for a conga of flowers and you pass it to them, they need a lot of flowers, and you've also just given them a gift. So no matter what, flowers are a very hot commodity in this game. And I do not even look at them. Like I said, I gave you an example of when I would possibly get stuck having to pass one. I leave it there. I don't pay attention to it yet. I don't care what's going on right now with that flower until I decide whether or not I'm going to use it. It stays there for a while. So I keep my flower for a while till I make sure 100% I'm not going to need it. I hope that answers your question. I'm just saying, if you don't quite get that, keep thinking about it. Hopefully it will come to you, but in the meantime, just follow that rule. do not pass a flower in the Charleston if you can help it. Please, please. All right, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 5. I was just looking at another possible hand, but it's not going to be, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 7. Yeah, I've got a lot of different things in the runs here that I could be doing, and we'll just see what happens, because I see 5, 6, flower, 5, 6, 7, 7 if I get 7 dots. Second hand from the bottom. But we're just going to see what happens. So now I have to pick tiles to do in my courtesy. And I don't want to get rid of 6, 7, 6, 7. I don't want to get rid of this 6, 7, 6, 7. I don't want to get rid of my 3 or 4 yet, but there's an indication, the fact that I didn't get any 3s or 4s. Well, guess what? It could be one of two things, right? It could be that they're all in the wall, or somebody else is playing with 3s and 4s, 3s and 4 dots. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so what else possible? Again, the 5, 6, 5, 6 could happen. I've got so much going on here. I don't want to give any of this up right now. And even if I decided to change my mind and get rid of the 3 and 4 dot, those are brand new tiles. I have had them the entire time. So I'm not going to send them out now. If anything, and I decide I'm not going to use them, I'm going to discard them early, because like I said, somebody could be playing them. I'm going to do 1 in real life. If I said 1 to my opponent across from me, they would say, no, thank you. And that's what you should be doing. If someone only wants 1 tile, it means they've got good tiles. It doesn't necessarily mean they have 1 hand. They've got some good tiles. They only have 1 to give you in the optional. So that's what you're going to assume. So just say, no, thank you. But the computer takes my tile, so I'll get rid of it. All right, so now we are, oh, I got that 9 bam back that I had early on and got rid of. And now it's back in my hand. And by the way, if I were to get the 5 dots and 6 dots and they started coming in, I might consider the singles and pairs second hand, 5, 6, 5, 6. I haven't seen any 5 dots or 6 dots, so we'll see. All right, first tile, I'm the discarder. I am east, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, yeah, it says east here, but it's so light under my picture. I'm going to get rid of the 9 bam, and we're going to talk about discarding and what I refer to as safe tiles. That's something that that I coined quite a few years back when I wrote my book. And what safe tiles really means, I'm sorry, not safe tiles. Oh my God, my head is going. Fresh tiles. I coined the term fresh tiles. Fresh tiles are tiles that are not on the board, or there aren't many of them out yet on the board. So I just want to preface that. It could be was only one discarded and there's 33 tiles left and there's still none. That would still make that a fresh tile. So a fresh tile is a tile that is not on the table yet, or one that you never passed in the Charleston. That makes it even fresher, like the 3 and 4. If I don't keep it, those I'd want to get them out early. And why do you want to get fresh tiles out early? Because if you get tiles out early, people are not set up to call tiles early on. They may not have enough jokers or not enough of their natural tiles. So you want to get them out, because what you want to have happen is people to look at these tiles going out and them thinking, oh, there goes a tile that I wanted, but I can't call it. There goes another one of my tiles, but I can't call it. That's what you want to create when you're playing this game, as opposed to the way most people think, including some very advanced players. And what they think is, oh, I don't want to get that out because it's not out there yet. I better hold it. Now, if you end up holding your tiles and you don't discard tiles that you think somebody needs, how are you going to build your hand? You can't. So when you say to me, I can't discard that because I think somebody needs it, you're pretty much saying, I'm just going to play defensively and break up my hand. That's all. I'm not going to worry about making Mahjong. So you got to get them out. All right. And I know that's a hard concept. A lot of people do have it, but once they get it, they find it to be one of the greatest strategies they have put into place. So we'll talk about that. And as situations come up and examples of that, I will point it out. So of course I have nothing, no jokers at this point, 2 flowers right out the door. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of tiles, not thinking about it. First 33 tiles, after the deal, you have 99 tiles left in the wall. If you break it up into thirds, you can think of it in terms of first, middle, and end game. Beginning, middle, and end game. And so at the beginning, you don't have to think about what it is that you're discarding and worry at all, because it's so early. Of course, the 7 bam, I would love it in my hand, but it didn't come in my hand and I can't call it. So there's an example. This person discarded a fresh tile. Can I take it? No. Do I want it? Yeah. But now if I'm going to be playing 6-7, 6-7, guess what I need? I need at least 1 joker to cover that 7 that's now going out on the table. All right, well, we don't need the 9. I'm going to get rid of that. 5 dots. And there's that 5 dot I was talking about. If I got 3, 4, 5 dot, 6 bam, 7 crack, that hand. 5 dots. There's another 5 dots. So that hand is pretty much going down the tube. All right. So here's another. I'm still keeping all of this, but I'm keeping a good eye on that 3 dot and 4 dot. I'm thinking somebody's playing them. 1 dot. West. 9. Now an east, 2 east and a west went out. So maybe nobody did collect them. 4 dot. There's another one of my tiles there, 4 dot. So if nobody calls it, who knows, nobody called it. All right, so for Bam, I got in the Charleston at one point. Of course, remembering what you get and given the Charleston is another whole level, but I'm going to get that out right away because not only is it a fresh tile, but I know that I passed it and somebody kept it.
For Bam.
But nobody was ready to call it. That's the key to getting them out early.
4 dot.
Another 4 dot, and so now I've got 2 4 dots on the table, so maybe nobody's playing them. And then we'll talk about
3 Bam.
what makes a
7 dot.
safe tile.
6
You've got
dot.
fresh tiles and safe tiles and hot tiles.
8 crack.
All right, there's a red. Now, I right away know that there is a hand, third hand down under consecutive run, that plays with the matching dragon, 6 7 6 6 7, and the reds with the flowers. I certainly would love to keep that if I could, and so I am thinking that I'm going to start getting rid of these guys and keep the red instead. I never saw a red during the Charleston, and maybe there are more out there. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up doing something with that. But that's why you don't get rid of flowers, because how would you know, Bobby, when you asked about why not passing the flower, it's not doing me any good. How do we know it's not doing us any good? There's no way to know that early in the game. But if I were to play 6 7 with the reds, I need that flower. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, I'll do the 3 dot because the 3 dot is not out there. That means I would prioritize that as being a fresh tile, and I'll get rid of it.
3 dot. 4 crack.
Nobody called it though. Maybe it was too early.
North.
And an 8 Bam, which is out there, which I also passed in the Charleston. I'm not going to keep it because I gave it away, and there's one out there.
8
So
Bam. 5 dot.
and there's another 5 dot. That hand that I thought could be something ended up being nothing. All right, so there's my first joker, and now I have a 4 dot to get rid of. So here's when I said to you in the beginning, we're just collecting tiles. I haven't made any decisions about what I'm playing yet. I'm just collecting tiles and keeping an eye on some hands. 5 6, 5 6, 6 7, 6 7, and now this 6 7 with the reds that even came into possibility, but we'll see.
4 dot. 3 dot.
But my 5 6 5 6 singles and pairs didn't come to be at all, and 6 7 6 7 is probably not going to happen. But
Flower.
and there's another flower, so it's getting a little bit crazy with these flowers. So we have 1 2 3 out already. So all right, I don't need the 3 crack.
2 dot.
But I do need another joker. Okay, so we have a 2 dot call. Of course, we don't know what Joe is playing at all, but we do know we have a 2 dot up, a joker up for grabs. So want to keep an eye on that. And there's no 3 BMs. Oh, there's 1 3 BM out, but still, that's the tile I want to get out because I'm holding everything else right now as far as what I'm collecting.
3 Bam. Joker swap. 9
Ooh, somebody grabbed it quickly. All right, so there's a 7 Bam, and that's the second of the 7 Bam. So the 6 7 6 7 is getting weaker because I would need another joker to cover it. I mean, I've got 1, but geez, I mean, really? Let me move that here. All right, so I can't call it, can't commit to anything, too early. All right, so there's a 6 crack. And so the 5 6 5 6 would be looking better. Now, 5 6 5 6. And maybe the 6 7 with the reds. Let's see what's the difference here. 2 4 6 8 10, right? 2 4 6 8 10 there. oh no, sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So the 5, 6, 5, 6 is still better, but I'm still, who knows, I may end up getting another flower and another red and a joker, and who knows what may change. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 7 crack because 2 have gone out already. So 6, 7, 6, 7 is not as good as 5, 6, 5, 6. So I'm going to get rid of that.
9 dots. 3 crack. North.
Okay, I'm pretty sure nobody did play those, so I'll get rid of it anyway.
6 dots.
Here's a 6
Call.
dot
9 5.
and a call for the 6 dot. There's 1 6 dot out here. That means there's 1 more joker available. Always look. Oh, I was playing with someone who plays kind of quickly and just, this was in person, and missed 3 joker exchanges. I mean, you literally have to just like get in the habit of stopping and looking around the table. Ooh, don't want to miss. All right, so gonna get rid of that.
7 dots. 4 bands. 1 band. Call. 5 bands.
Okay, all right, so I'm ready to commit because my 5 6 5 6 is looking pretty, and I can call the 5 BM without having to use a joker, and that makes it an even better choice right now. But I certainly have a nice amount of tiles toward 5 6 5 6, and that is the third 6th hand down under consecutive run with BMs and cracks. So I'm going to call a pung.
Call.
And now I have to decide, what am I going to discard here? Well, which is the freshest of tiles? Okay, looking at the table, I don't see any reds out. That means that's the freshest. As far as flowers go, there are, let's see, what did we say? 1, 2, 3, 3 out. And this is 4. Let me see if there's any hands that I could see off the top of my head that would be using the pungs with flowers. It could be the pungs of those. Nope. I don't see anything that I can see here. The only thing it could possibly be could be the second hand. I could be missing it too. I mean, please feel free to put it in chat if you see it. Second hand from the bottom under consecutive run. It could possibly be that. And so I'm going to do the red first, and then I'll do the flower next. I got to get it out soon. Anyway, what I really love to do is play around a little bit with keeping the flowers. It's a little bit more advanced and risky, but you girls who have been here every Wednesday know that I've done this and it works quite a bit. My hope would be if someone else throws a flower and then somebody is now ready to call and put up a Kong of flowers with a joker, and then I get to do a joker swap. It happens, but it is risky. So
Red. 7 crack.
okay, nobody called it. All right, so here we go. I have a 7 crack opportunity, and I'm not playing with 7 cracks, so I'm playing with 5 6 5 6, so I don't need that at all. So I will just ignore, not even playing with it. So even though I stuck that there. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say ignore.
East.
And I am going to next, I'll get out the flower. All right. And I just hope nobody calls it and puts up a joker, because I'll just be mad. Nah, I won't be mad.
Flower. 8 dots.
Nope, nobody called it.
8 band. green,
Oh, there's a 6 dot. Okay, so I took a look around the board and I see that my friend Agata has a joker. In real life, how do we do this? We hand the joker hand-to-hand exchange and we say to our opponent, Agata, may I have your joker, please? Don't put it on the table. Get into good form, because if you ever don't announce it and you put it on the table and you're playing in a tournament, somebody's going to call you dead. All right. You may not be ready to play in tournaments, but one day you will. Just get into good form.
joker swap.
Thank you so much, Agata. I needed that. So now I could pretty much see what I'm going to need to do. I need this for the 6s. I don't know why that's not going in that way. Weird. And I need it to call the 5. So I'm in a very nice position if someone doesn't beat me to Mahjong. I'm very, very pleased with how things turned out here. So, oh, I haven't been paying attention to, sorry about that, YouTube. Jane was just affirming about using the flower later on. That's a reason to keep it, absolutely. You got your 4. Oh, the 4 dot in the Charleston. Okay, good. And then Carol said, hold the 4 bam if another comes in for 4, 5, 6, 7. Use 2 pairs in a pung. Yeah, possibly. And Carol said, never mind. Okay, but this is all coming in beautifully. Now, what's my hottest tile or the freshest tile? Okay, the fresh tiles turn into hot tiles when we get in later. We're now at 39 tiles. We've been through the first third of the game. We're now almost at the end of the middle game. Once we get into the last 33 tiles, we have to start thinking a little bit more and being a little bit more careful about what we discard based on what the exposures are. So at this point, I'm going to take a quick look and I'm going to see, are there any 9 cracks out? I see 1 here. And I believe that is the only one I can see. Oh, no, there's 2. Okay, so there's 2 of those out. And there's also, how many 7 cracks? Did we say just 1? 1 7 crack earlier. Okay, so either one is even Steven. I like to hold on to my pairs only until I start the last third, the last 33 tiles, in hopes that somebody may call. If I discard 1 7, somebody may call it and put up a joker, and I could use the other one for a little bit of joker bait. We'll see. Possibility that Agata could be playing. Let's see. I doubt it's 6 7 6 7 because there's 3 7 dots. I just don't think it is. So we'll get rid of this 9.
9 Mahjong.
Huh. Oh, wow. And take a look. I was thinking I gave somebody Mahjong, but I knew that nobody was needing that. But look at the hand that Wes is playing. Same hand that I'm playing. Pung Kong with cracks and bam, same exact hand. It's very popular. Let's see what Joe was playing line 1 of 2023. Still had some ways to go. And look at the 2s and 3s there. And then Agata was playing 4 5 6 6 flower 4 5 6 6, which I mentioned as a possibility at one time, maybe for a moment. That would have been the second hand from the bottom, 7th line consecutive run, and Agata was pretty far away. So I had one really good competitor out there. Okay, so here's the deal. I am really happy with how this turned out. If you play the hand well and you don't win, so be it. You can't win every single round, but honestly, when you play the hand tiles well, you should be very proud of how things turned out. And that's the whole key. So let's go ahead and get started again.
First Charleston.
I'm going to sort by suit. And last week I had a very lucky week. I had quite a few wins. I think I only had one loss, but no jokers tonight. But let's see what happens. Okay, I have a pair of flowers, and so they're sitting there very nicely. That makes me happy. And I have a pair of sevens. I'm going to build off of those sevens. Sevens, the only place a seven works on the left side of the card would be any like numbers, and there are no more sevens. So we'll skip right over to consecutive run and look to see if we have anything a little before, a little after these numbers. And we do have 5, 6, 7, 8. And when I say collect everything within a range, I mean everything. Okay? I mean everything. Not just, I'm going to keep 5, 6, 7, 8 because they all are the same suit. They look so pretty together. You need to keep your eye on the fact that every one of these sections has multiple suits involved. Multiple colors means multiple suits. Don't block yourself into collecting one suit. So I'm keeping it all because in the consecutive run, there's mixed suits. Lots. So what do I get rid of here? Well, I don't even know if I need to look at anything else. I mean, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 certainly isn't great. You know, I got a few things here, 5, 7. I mean, if I were to get 7 BMs, I might consider 5, 7, 7, 9, but then my flowers would not be happy there. So, but if I could, if I got 9 dots and maybe soaps, I might consider the 4th hand down under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, but it's too early. You know, I can pick out all the hands it could be right now, but I don't need to do that. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't think those are going to help me in any way, or at least they don't look good to me. And what did I get? All right, so I did get a, you know, another one that comes in that run, but it doesn't work really well with the 7 dots. So at this point, I don't think I'm going to want to keep that. I did get the 9 dot, which I talked about, 5, 7, 9. And if I were to get the soaps, 4th hand down, 5, 7, 9, turn my phone off, bad me. I know for a fact I'm not going to keep the 4 BM. So let's see. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, and now 5, 7, 9. We have, let's talk about a mixed suit run as well. What I might want to keep here. 7. Oh, I only have, well, I do have 5, 6, 7. Okay, now, yes, this is a little bit, it's not a lot of the hand, but this is a whole hand missing pieces, but not missing any one of a tile in any of the groupings. We've got 1 tile toward every grouping in the mixed suit consecutive run, line number 5. Flowers, 5, 6, 7. If you miss that, you're missing an opportunity. So I definitely want to make sure I keep that. So now I'm going to keep 5, 7, 9 with the flower open. I'm going to keep 5, 6, 7, 8. And I, for 1 suit, either pung hong or just 5, 6, 7, 1 suit. Could be 6, 7, 8. So it gives me a lot of flexibility right there. Okay. So I've got that run, the consecutive runs are so flexible. As long as you use them right and don't collect all 1 suit. I'm telling you, don't do that. I think I'm going to end up doing this right now. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I have enough going on here to make something happen. I don't want these tiles at all. I'm just getting rid of them. It's a pretty pass. 131 is the low end odds of 13579. Certainly is pretty, but I want to keep everything. I don't want to ruin what I got going. Now I have an 8 crack. Oh boy. Do I continue? Of course I have to continue. This is where you get into the real decision-making stuff going on here. What do I do? Well, I don't mind passing a west and south. Wouldn't want to do west and east, but I don't mind west and south. So maybe, I could keep if I kept the 8 crack, then I have 6 BM 7.8 crack, as well as 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 6, 7, and then I'd have to, let's see, if I want to still keep the 5, 7, 9, then I think the 8 dot is going to go. I think the 8 is going to be what I'm going to do. You just got to think in terms of what options give you the most flexibility. So that's what I'm going to do. I can't keep it all. So give me something. Oh, I got a 9, 7. Let's see. I got another, let's see, I got a 5, 7. Well, I've got one of the pairs covered in that 4th hand down under 13579. I have no soaps at all. So that is a bit risky. So I've got the flowers, the pair of flowers. I've got the pair of 7 dots. If I were to get at least one soap and a couple of jokers, I'd be so thrilled. I'm certainly not going to keep that. Now, I never got in any duplicates of any of these other 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8. So I definitely will keep the 6 for a possible 1 suit run, 5, 6, 7. I'll definitely keep that since I've got already the 5s and the 7s. And then let's see if there's another one of the others that I could keep. So 5. Let's see. None of them are strong. None of them really are strong. So it doesn't really much matter. 6. I'd have to keep 6 and 8, or let's see, 5. Yeah, I'll keep the 6 and the 8 for 6, 7, 8. It just takes me away from this really nice strength here. So it would be so nice if I could get in a soap. It's really, really going to be challenging right now, but let's see what happens. Oh, I can't keep the 8. 5, 6, 7. I can't keep it. I have to get rid of one thing. 5, 6, 7. I guess I'm going to get rid of it. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I have to get rid of it. I have no choice. All right, now I have, okay, so, I'm preaching about not collecting one suit, but I didn't plan this. You saw I didn't start out saying, let's collect the dots, but they have all just kind of come in very neatly here. And if for any reason I don't end up keeping the flowers, I do have the pung kong, or if I keep the flowers, I can also keep my eye on the bottom consecutive run concealed hand. In any event, I did not think I was going to end up with all dots. I know, just when I'm telling you not to do this, this happened. But okay, you saw that I didn't plan it, right?
Courtesy pass.
All right, nothing here that I need. So I'm going to do 2. And nothing here came in. That's great. I mean, yeah, there's a bit of a mixed suit run with the 5 BM 6 crack and 7 dot, but not really. Okay, let's see if we get some luck going with, there's one of my soaps that I'd like.
East call.
I always get rid of wins early because those win hands are very popular. As you can see, some went around the Charleston and somebody did collect them. Okay, so let's see, there's not much here. I mean, I could keep the 5, 7, and then 7 dot, 9 dot possible, but so far stretched at this point.
Six
So
dot, one
let's
crack,
see what happens.
seven,
Another soap
8 dots,
and an 8 dot weakness there. And by the way, I could do the singles and pairs 5 through, it would have to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it'd have to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 through that. But now I have a 5. And that 5, 7, 7, 9 is a possibility. Question being, do I keep that as an option? Since there's an 8 dot out there already. So here's the hand. 5, 7, 7, 9. And then keep 5. I still have 5, 6, 7. I still have 5, 7, 9. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
8 dots, 7 crack, west, call, 8 dots,
All right, we've got 2 calls already. He's playing more than likely the mini run, but it could be line 1 of Winds and Dragons. And that's it, or the mini run line 2. So there goes another 8. So I guess my decision wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad idea. All right, now I got to make a freaking decision. Oh my goodness. Of course, the 5, 7, 9 and the dragons really have been weakened by 50% there by not getting any before. I'd have to pick both of them now. So 5, 6, 7 is the flower, 5, 6, 7, same suit run, and 5, 7, 7, 9. This one makes really the most sense. I need one good pick, a joker, or another 5, a joker, another 6 to be able to call that. It's probably smarter. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and it's one more that way. So I think no matter what, I need two. Like if I do 5, 7, 7, 9, I need one more good tile or a joker to be able to call the 7. And I need one more 9 or a joker to call the 9. So they're both the same, but I have one tile more toward the other. So that's what I'm doing. That's kind of how I make my decisions, right? I can keep the 9s just in case I miraculously get the soaps. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 7.
7 bam,
Not
4
out
dots,
there, so
joker swap, 6 bam, call, 7 dots,
tough hand. All right, there's the 7 dot. Now, it is very early in the game, but I think, and I normally do not call early. It's just, I don't want to expose early. I don't want anybody to start knowing what I'm doing early. But in this particular case, I could be playing a lot of things, not just the 5, 6, 7, which is the 5th hand down on the left side of the consecutive run. But I think I'm going to call it because I don't need to put up any jokers. And I might as well do it and hope that I get a good pick for the 5 or the 6. I'm going to do it. If I thought I had a better option or something else stronger, I would probably not do it, but I'm going to do it. All right, so now we know we can get rid of the 5s and the 9s. Maybe I'll get lucky and somebody is playing them and they put up a joker with, because there are 2 pairs, 2 opportunity for a little bit of joker bait going on.
5 bam, 1 crack,
Nope,
flower,
lost it there.
5 crack,
All right, so there's a 1 crack out already. I'll hold my pair of 9s just for a little bit. And there's a 1 crack out, the 5 bam, so I'll just repeat them.
1 crack, 6 crack, 7
Just give
crack,
me another good
8
pick.
crack,
Oh, look at that. Now that I decided, now I could keep it for the 3rd hand down under consecutive run. If I ended up getting a lot of jokers, maybe I'll hold it for a little bit.
5 bam, 4 dots,
I've had crazier things happen, but
3 crack,
it doesn't look like it's my joker night tonight. There's one. Okay, so good thing is I still have tiles to get rid of and don't have to worry about whether I will get more jokers and end up switching out, but I don't think so. So now I can cover the 5 dot or 6 dot if it goes out, and then I need one more good pick for the call.
9 dot, 1 bam, 2 bam, call, 1 bam.
All right, let's see what's happening here. So we've got a 2 bam and a 6 bam up there. So under the 2, 4, 6, 8, I don't see the 2 bam. I don't see a pung. Oh yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Sorry, that would be the 3rd line down on the left side. 2, 4, 6, 8. There we go.
8 bam,
But somebody's got a lot of jokers, and it's not me. Is he going to call it, or is he paying the mixed suit? Nope, he can't be playing mixed. It has to be all the same. There it is. 2, 4, 6, 8. Look at that. Look at the jokers.
joker swap, 4 dots,
Really?
3 bam,
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, we don't know what anybody's doing, so
5 crack, 2 crack, joker swap,
Oh.
green,
look at that. They made him pure.
1 dot,
Oh, north. Okay, so we'll find out now if Agate playing line number 1.
north, 2 bam,
Maybe not.
1 bam, 2 crack,
Oh, man. Okay, so none are out. That means it's got to get out right away. That's what that means. It's not out. It's a fresh tile. It's got to get out.
2 dot, 9 dot, green, 3 dot,
Okay, so now I got my 6. All right, so there we have the hand right there, looking good. And I am, excuse me, going to get rid of the soap.
so 8 dot, red, 1 dot,
Okay, 3 cracks. 1's out, 2's out. Okay, we're good. Either way, 2 9 dots are out.
3 crack, 3 bam,
I just like to keep track of what's out and what is safest or hottest or freshest. So
4 crack, 3 dot,
okay, look at that. Oh my God, my mouse sometimes does something weird.
9 dot,
So now I am set, or sometimes people say on call. Not everybody uses that term, but I think it's more northeast. All I need is a joker, 5 dot or 6 dot, so I can win 3 ways, which makes it really nice.
Mahjong,
Oh, golly, look at that. Okay, again, I was beat to the punch here, but am I unhappy with the way things turned out? Not at all. The tiles were played well, and I just didn't make it. But look at Joe's jokers. 6 jokers. And I got set with 1 joker. Not bad, not bad. So, all right, let's see what Agate was playing the, she was playing line 1, but she was not ready to, she was not able to call that north. So when I looked at the board and I saw that there were no norths, my thought was, well, this is going to tell me whether she's playing that first line or the second line. But if my head went to, I can't throw her north because she could need it And what if she needs it for Mahjong or to call? Well, if I don't throw it, I can't make my hand. That's the point of it all. You've got to get rid of stuff or you can't make Mahjong. All right, so that's I was happy with that. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and he could have used a joker or a 4 bam. So Wes was set as well. All right, very nice. Very nice. So let's continue. So anybody have any questions right now at this point? If you do, put it in. Am I going too fast? Is there anything that you don't understand that I've been talking about? Ask. We could take a 2-minute break here to do that. And I'll be happy to explain it. Because it's important you understand. I don't want you to be like listening and be like, it's going over your head. I do want you to get it. Sometimes it just takes a few times. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's what she means. Well, we'll go ahead and get the next one going. Oh my goodness, this is not my joker night. All righty. I got a pair though, so I can't complain because I've got a pair. Yay. So when I have a pair of 7s, and I know that the only place that those can be used on the left side of the card is like numbers, I'm going to take a look and see if there's any like numbers. Yeah, we got like numbers there. That's not bad. Why not? Let's stick this down here for now. Now, what else could we be keeping? Well, I can, let's see if there's anything in the 1, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9. I mean, that the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, you know, I like it if I have a lot of high end or low end odds. When you start working with the mixed high and low, it does become a lot trickier, especially line 1 on the right side becomes a little trickier. So unless I have a lot, I'm not going to do much, but let's talk about adding on to these 7s, right? We're going to add on anything that is in a run a little before and after. So that would be 6, 7, 8, and maybe even 6, 7, 8, 9. And is there anything else that I would want to keep right now? I probably don't, you know, a lot of times I play wins a lot, but it doesn't seem like they've been coming to me very much lately. So I'm not going to hold on to it. What else do I see here? We have a little 2s and 3s going on. So there's a little run stuff going on right here, but I certainly would rather work off my pair of 7s. And I've got the 9 bam for the run, a possible run, and also for possibly 5, 7, 7, 9, the high end odds. So, wow, Joe got all those. Yeah, Joe did. Yeah, Joe got all those jokers. Unbelievable. He was really a joker hound there. All right, so let's see. We're going to do, I'll just mix this up. Maybe I'll do this one. 1, 3, 5. I don't think that's going to even help me at all. Okay. All right, so I got another 7. That fills in another one of the like numbers, which is not bad. Oh, those 2s and 3s are really coming to me. There's the second east that's going out. And I'll get it out now only because my next is a first left and a second left. And if I end up getting another one, I'd have to feed Agatha, who might keep it. Let's see, we'll mix it up this time with a 2 and a 3. How's that? Mix that up. Okay, nothing much came in here. What I want to think of is like 5, 6. I still want to keep the run stuff because you know, again, I see this because I know the card. 5, 6, 7, 7. I mean, I definitely have to worry because those are pairs and I don't have flowers, but I never say, but I don't have. I always look at the possibilities of what I can have. And that's how Mahjong, that's what Mahjong is based on, seeing the possibilities. You're like a Mahjong visionary, is what I say. All right, so now I'm going to do 4 west, 4, and oh, do I want to keep that 4, 5, 4, 5, 4 for any reason? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably not going to happen. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Just, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Maybe in the run area for some remote reason. It's a pretty pass. Now I have 7, 8, 7, 8 happening again. I see I have a lot of stuff happening. I could even think, oh, if I hold the dragon, maybe like numbers, second hand with the dragons. I gotta continue.
Charleston
This,
stock.
oh, I don't have to worry about it. I was thinking, what am I gonna keep and what am I gonna get rid of? All right, so who stopped the Charleston? I didn't see it. Did you guys see it before? Please, can you put it in chat? If anybody knows what, who stopped it? Did Joe stop it? Randy? Okay, my husband doesn't know either. Agatha, okay. Agatha stopped it. Okay, good. So that means I can do the, I think I'm gonna do this right here, the 2. Give myself the opportunity. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done any if Joe stopped it. I don't want to have to worry about giving him one more tile that he needs. Look at that. Amazing. Maybe, but probably not. All right. Well, we're just going to go through. We're in the beginning now. We can go through pretty quickly. We know we can't call anything right now. I don't have any jokers. It's early. I have not any one good hand formed yet. I'll just get out the freshest tiles and go from there.
2 dot. Flower.
2 flowers out the door.
2 dot.
Do we need this for any reason? 5, 6, 7, 7. I don't know. Could come in with something in the run. I'll hold it for a little bit.
Call. 3 crack.
Oh, I needed those last time.
Joker swap. East.
Ah, look at that. Joe, may I please have your joker? Because I desperately
Joker
need
swap.
1. Thank you very much. I don't know. I may hold that. Let's see. 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, 9. No, that's not going to happen. 5, 7. Probably too far fetched for me to even think about it. 7, 8. 7, 8, 7, 8 is still happening. I don't know. I feel like I want to keep that for the, if I were to get a couple of flowers, you never know. 6, 7, 6, 7. Nope. All right. I'm not going to keep it.
5 crack.
Might,
3 dot.
we'll see what
6
happens.
crack. West.
So much to think about in this
3 dot.
game.
2 dot. East.
Just get them out.
9 crack.
Okay, there's 1 flower. Okay. So the hand I'm thinking of, oh, because I already did the thing, I can't do the second hand down, but I could do the first hand because I gave that up. So the first, I think I made too quick a judgment on that, but I could have kept it. But we still can keep track of the like numbers, line number 1, and then maybe 6, 7. No, 6, 7. 6, 7, 8, 8. No, not gonna work. All right, well, I'm gonna get rid of the green anyway. Because we don't know what Joe is playing, and I think that would be a wise choice to get out right now.
Green, call, 9 down.
Oh, it's not even Joe. It's Agatha playing it. Well, that's a good reason to get it out early, even though, sometimes people say to me, but you just threw something and they called it. Well, what if I didn't throw it now and I waited and waited and my hand's slowly starting to come together? And now we're like 50 tiles into the game and I've been holding that green and I throw it. Well, then I'm assured to give Agatha Mahjong. And Agatha's the one who stopped the Charleston. Let us remember that. So that's the way it goes. We passed the 1 crack.
1 flat, 5 dots. West,
I need some really lucky picks to even make this happen like that. Okay, so like numbers with 7s, we have 7, 8, 7, 8, the 2 runs possibility. We have 5, 7. Nope, I don't think there's anything else that I mean, there is 5 BM, 6 BM, 7 crack, 8 crack, but that's a little far-fetched. And it could be 5, 6, 7 dot, 8 dot.
9 down.
Anyway,
West,
we have good possibilities.
two dots.
Carol said Santa just rode by on a fire truck. Exciting. That is very exciting. All right.
North, call, 6.
All right, now we've got Agatha's number for sure. And with her stopping the Charleston, we know what she needs, of course, a south or a red. Oh my God. I am just not gonna get my Mahjongs tonight.
West, east,
Ooh, lucky me. Agatha, may I have your joker, please?
clock.
Okay. Now it definitely looks like we've got 7, 8, 7, 8 is probably again. Wow. That's probably the bet. Let me just see. I have to put this together. See what it looks like. So 5 and 6. There are none out. Is somebody playing with them, or are they just still in the wall? 5, 6, 7, 8. And it could be with cracks too. So what does this look like for us being able to call? I could call the 7 dot right now. The 5 BM, I could call with a joker. The 6 BM, I could call with 2 jokers, which I hate to do, especially early on. And we're 33 tiles. We are just about into the middle game. It's still early to put up, and just like, I mean, I've been happy that you guys have been putting up jokers for me. But again, I would need 2 jokers to call the 8. It's not as formed as I'd like it to be to commit to any kind of call right at this moment. But nonetheless, I have to make a decision. And I don't think I'll go with like numbers. And the reason is I do not want to put up a flower with all of the jokers, period, the end. Even if one's thrown and I put up 2 jokers, they're going to go right away. So I am not going to do that. So instead, I'm going to keep track. 7, 8, 7, 8 for sure. 'Cause I think, oh, let's look and see what that looks like. I didn't look. I can call the 7. I can call the other 7. And we, again, will have to put up jokers, multiple jokers with the 8s if it goes out. So I have to really think about it. There are times I let them go on the first time around if it is a Kong that I'm calling, just so that I don't give the opportunity of everybody else to swap those jokers. It's not a good, it's not a good, that's the wrong word. It's not an easy decision to make to hold out like that, but I do it because I don't want to give other people that opportunity. In any event, I am going to, I think I'll keep the 7 and the flower. Let's see. And I'll do, I don't want to get lost here with what I was doing. I think I'll get rid of the 6 dot, 7, 8, 7, 8. I'll keep the like numbers still for a bit, and 5, 6 I'll keep for a little bit. Okay.
6 dot, call, 7 crack.
See, that tells me I made the right decision. Okay, so here we are with this particular situation. Do I call it and commit to it because I can call that and put up 3 without having to worry about anything? But that means I am not going to keep track of any of the like numbers. Line 1. Do I call it or do I hold out? I could still be looking at 5, 6, 7, 8 because the 7 in that hand, line 2, right side, consecutive run, is a pung. That is the 3. So I think I'm going to call it. I don't have to use jokers. Let me try it. What the heck? It's only a game. I'm going to keep this for right now. And I'm going to get rid of 7, 8, 7, 8. No, I don't want to get rid of, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this for right now. Let's see, the soaps, what would he be playing? Could be 2s and 8. It could be the first line, 2023. Could be. Oh, there's a lot of 2s and 3s out there. Be interesting to see which hand he is playing. Maybe 2s and 8s with, have to be with Bam. Oh, that could be hard because they could, Joe and Agatha could be playing each other's tiles. I don't know. All right, so it's my turn. Let me just make sure I don't get rid of something I am not supposed to.
7 bam, flower.
Call it, somebody. Oh, darn.
1 dot.
I want to, oh, that's very nice. Okay. So my mind is kind of made up here because I've already got these 7 cracks up. I'm not going to be playing the, I'm going to hold that flower just a little bit longer, not too much longer, but I'm hoping that I pick up some more natural tiles, but I'm in a good position to call everything. I just don't like to put up all those jokers. All right, let's get rid of this.
5 bam, 4 bam, 1 dot.
Again, it's a matter of somebody going to beat me to it. All right, looking around the table, always do that before I,
1 dot.
oh,
1
the
crack.
6 bam might have been fresher. Yep, I should have gotten the 6 bam out.
7 dot.
Okay, I'm going to call for a pung,
Call.
and now I am going to get rid of the 6 bam.
6 bam, 6 crack. 9 bam, 4 dot.
3 bam, I'll get rid of the flowers soon.
3 bam, 7 crack. Joker swap, 6 crack. 2 crack. Call, 4 dot.
2 crack. Is it alive? It looks like it's alive.
7 bam,
Wow. Okay, so now we know he's playing line one. Joe's playing line one. Pretty much what I thought it could be based on what was out there that made the most sense. So I don't have to worry about the flower. For West, do I have to worry about the flower with the pung of sixes? Not there. It could be the only hand that I would have to worry about is that second hand from the bottom under consecutive run, 4, 5, 6, 6 with flowers. 4, 5, 6, 6. I can take a peek and guess, and there are not a lot of 4 beams. Well, there's 2 4 beams. What about 4 cracks? Could be 4 crack, 5 crack, and the sixes. And it would have to be 6 beams. Let's look. Oh, there's 1 there. Oh, it could be. It could be. I'm going to get it out now, just in case. I don't want to take any chances. Don't Mahjong.
Flower. Joker swap.
Ugh.
1 crack.
They're beating me to the
Wow.
Joker's. Well, I got some. I don't want to be
2 crack.
greedy. Oh, that's a nice. Okay, so we haven't had the opportunity to talk about safe tiles, and here's the time to do that. I have 3 7 dots. Pretty sure, based on the fact that I am in possession of all 4, that this 4th one in my hand is pretty safe. Now, can we guarantee it? No, because Wes could have jokers and he could be playing 6 7 6 7 or something. I mean, it could be crazy, but I have 3 jokers. There's a joker here. Pretty good feeling. When that happens, what I do is I save it as one of the later tiles to pass. It's a little bit of a buffer. I call them my buffer tiles. It's always nice to have some as the going gets rougher and the game gets along and things are heating up like they are right now, in case I need to start breaking up my hand. Or if I want to keep trying for Mahjong, I'd have that buffer tile and not have to break up and use my jokers. So that's what a safe tile is used for. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this, and hopefully Wes doesn't call it.
5 crack. 1 bam.
No.
9 crack. Mahjong.
Okay. These are intermediate level bots. Can you imagine how tough the advanced ones are? They're tough. They're really tough. All right, well, we knew what they were playing. What else? Oh boy, Joe was nowhere near set with anything. Wes, nothing either. I only had 1 good competition here. And again, am I happy with how things turned out? I am very happy. The tiles were played well, but I didn't make Mahjong because someone else was a little bit luckier. So in this case, there's nothing I could do about it. All right, let's try one more. Let's make last one a charm.
First Charleston.
But I don't have any jokers. I'm shocked. Tonight is just not a joker night. All right, what am I going to do with these? The pair of 5s. I wish a nice singles and pairs hand would pop right out at me, but you don't seem to be working lately with that. But I do have a 3, a 5, and a 7 right there for 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You know, I would keep all of my 7s and 9s since those are, I don't have any other like numbers for 5s, but 5, 7, 9, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 looks good right there. Whether or not the low end odds will help me at all in this particular case. I mean, it could, but it's, you know, you know, again, I don't want to talk about what I don't have because I could get it. But those hands are a little bit more challenging. It would have to be a 1 crack, 3 crack, 5 bam, and then a 7 crack, 9 dot. And I need to cover those pairs. I need to get the pairs. So it's, you know, it's for my decision making as far as what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. That's when I need to like decide what hands make the most sense. That does not. I may keep the 2 in possibility of, I don't know, 2 through 5 or 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe, I don't know. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, I have the north and east. Again, I'm not really seeing any popping out woohoo on the mini run thing, so I'm not going to keep that. As far as consecutive run, keeping, you know, 7, 8, 9 or 5, 6, 7, 8, I may keep that 8 there. And I think I'll do, if I wanted to do 2 through 5, I can't. I could do this. I could do that. All right, what did I get? I got another 9. 5, 7, 9. You know, I may, maybe I'll get some dots. And I could do the 1, 3, 5. I could have kept that 1 crack. The bottom concealed hand, 1, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. But I'll keep this as well. 5, 7, 9. Let's see what I could do here. Keep the 7, 9 high end there. And maybe it's going to be, I'm going to be in that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 area. For sure. We'll see what happens. It's this may not happen, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, but we'll see. You never know. All right, what did I get? 5. Okay, let's see. 5, 7, 9, 9, 5, 7. Not building that hand as well as I'd like. All right, 5, 7, 9 with the matching dragons, the 4th hand down on the right side with, you know, I need a pair of flowers, a pair of 7s, pair of greens, so that would be needed to happen. Can I get rid of tiles and still keep everything else? Let's see. I'll always think of pung kong in 2 suits too. So like for instance, I have that 5, 7 dot, 7, 9 bam. And there's also the 5, 7, 9, 9 with the flowers. That's the 3rd hand from the bottom. That's a possibility, but now I have got to make some harsh decisions here. I'm not going to keep the 3. And then the pung kong with the bams and the dots on that end. Think I'm going to do that. Pretty pass, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to give up getting, I don't want to, I want to maximize what I get. Now Phyllis said 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, second from the bottom. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, you mean? Oh, with the 3, 5, 7 in the middle. That could have been. That could have been 3, 5, second from the bottom. That's a nice hand, but it's not easy to get. And then I did give up. Did I have 1 dots? I don't think so. All right, so the hand Phyllis is saying 3, 5, 7 with the other suits. Oh, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it, Phyllis. Maybe I gave up too much.
Yeah, you had a 1 dot then when
Oh,
you passed.
okay. I'm
Right.
sorry I didn't see what you said earlier. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, So we've got 579 with the green as a possibility, or 57.79 bam. Let's see, 577, yeah, that's probably good. We're gonna continue,
Charleston.
and we're gonna have to do this, and 579. Let's see, I just want to think about this for a second before I make a 5799. I'm just thinking of all the possibilities, but I'm gonna need a lot of help here. This is gonna be the one, I think. Oh, wow. Boy, I need another. I got one pair covered. I need another green. I need flowers. And I still can keep the Pung Kong 5779 as an option right there. And I have to pass across. Which one is better to do? Hold on. 5779 Hong Kong, or Hong Kong, and then Hong Kong. Okay, wait a second. Hong Kong. And so this could be called and this could be called. If I go this way, 57, this can be called, and 79. Yeah, the other way is better. 5779. Okay. So this is, oh, Phyllis, I've got the 1 and 9 now, but I don't have the 3 anymore. Okay, I think that is, my brain sometimes just wants to explode. Oh, yay. It kind of gives me a relief when I don't have to think about anything.
Courtesy pass.
Oh, there's the 1 and 3. Or there's the 3, 3, 5, 7. Can't. That ship has sailed. But do I want to keep the 1 and 3 now? For 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Of course, the 9 only needs to be a pair. Why not? Gonna keep the green because why? Do I want to keep it? Just in case I get flowers. I don't know. I'll do 1. I almost feel like that 5, 7 isn't going to do me any good at all. I seriously don't, but I need a backup. 1, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9, and I did not keep that bottom concealed hand, just did not form, or I didn't pay enough attention to it.
6 bam.
All right, we just go.
9 bam.
Somebody's calling it already. Oh no, not a good thing to happen this early on. Oh my goodness. I mean, if I were to say, I'm going to take that 9 for the 579 and I don't have even 1 flower, that's risky, but I could call it for 5.7 with that. And I don't need a joker. Maybe I need to do it. Maybe I need to do it. Oh, God. Oh, Carol had said to pass 3 tiles or pass a 3. Well, I didn't do that, but I should have. I think I'm going to call it. It might be crazy, but I could use that Kong in the 5779. And look, I'm not getting jokers. I have nothing to lose. Well, let's see if we can make this hand come in at least pretty, right? So I'll call it. It's so early, but I'm doing it.
4 crack. 9 dot. 9 crack. 9 dot.
Let's see what happens here if we get any. So I did get a flower. So now I'll get rid of the 3.
3 bam. 6 dot.
So let's keep it this way for now and see how pretty it looks and see if we
6 crack.
can miraculously make it happen. 7 crack. Okay, we'll get rid of the 1. because the 7 crack is out, so that means this is a little fresher.
1 bam, 6 dot, 8 dot, 8 dot,
Come on, give me one hand tonight.
south, 5 bam,
Oh, all right. Well, if I ended up going with that 579 dragons, which is, in case I didn't say it, the 4th hand down on the right side, I need to cover it with a joker because I can't call it. That's why you get these tiles out early, because what I do with my tiles is what this player is doing, and I'm not ready to call it. Smart move. Okay, there's 1 4 out, there's a 7 out. We're gonna hold that 5 7 7 9 for a little bit as
4 crack,
backup.
7 dots,
And there goes 1 7 that I can't call because I don't have any jokers. So
7 crack,
there's 7 crack. Another 7 crack out. Flower. 3 dot.
3 dots tall, 4 dots, east, 1 bam, flower, 4 dots,
Okay. All right. So if I get one good pick so I could call the 5 bam, I would be in good shape. I mean, I'm not in bad shape.
4 crack, 6 crack, 1 dot, 6 crack, 2 crack, 2 dots, Mahjong,
Oh, brother, they are fierce competitors tonight. Oh my goodness. So crazy tonight. Phyllis, unmute and let me know. Agnes, unmute and let me know. What do you think about tonight's competition here? Girls.
I
unmute.
think it's much harder than usual.
Yeah, it was challenging tonight, huh?
Yes,
Yeah, you just didn't get the jokers and
Yeah.
it's
I mean, the hands were forming nicely. all of them,
beautifully.
definitely.
You know, and,
Yeah.
and all I needed was some more, just to have a little more luck on my side with the jokers. And
Right.
that would have been good, but
You're making up for last week.
yeah, a couple of them that were really
And the
Yes.
one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
too, right? You can't have luck every single time, right?
No, not every time. No.
It would be impossible, but still even if you don't mahjong, you get to see how the hands form and how you make things happen. And that's the most important part of what we do here. So, if you end up with hands like I did tonight, you get close and you did the right thing, you should be proud of yourself regardless. And
Mhm.
just can't be lucky and win all the time. So
No.
let's see. Oh, Hannah joined us tonight. Hello, Hannah. I miss you. It's been so long since I have seen you. You can unmute, Hannah. Right. Well, I had a lot of fun tonight, everybody. So next week we'll try it again. And you just never know what's going to happen here. I hope you had as much fun as I did, because I always have such a good night hanging out with you guys. And
It was a nice night. Thanks, Debbie.
yeah, thank you so much. And thank you
How
guys
is,
um
how is
watching
your knee
on
doing?
YouTube. I really enjoyed spending the evening. Thank you for asking, Phyllis. My knee is coming along. I
Right.
am 2.5 weeks out now. I think I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I know I have a long way to go, but I think I'm pleased with my progress.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you all. And
Good.
so listen, for you guys watching on YouTube, if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please hit subscribe, click the bell so you get notifications. Please do check out our new Mahjpedia app on Google Play and the App Store. It's just a wonderful tool to have with you. You ever have a question about any rules, you want to learn a little bit about strategy, it's got everything. It's filled with so much. And you can't beat the price at $4.99 for a year. You do get 3 days to try it. I know. I mean, you can't beat it for that, but it's got so much in it. And at least just check it out. All right, everybody. Good night. Have a wonderful
Yeah.
rest of your week. Please practice, practice, practice. And until I see you next week, be safe. Good
Thanks,
night,
Debbie.
all.
Good night.
Thank
night.
you.